Well, President Donald Trump heading to Wisconsin today to push that Buy American, Hire American policy, and he will sign this executive order directed at this government-wide review aimed at putting new workers back into decades-old Buy American, Hire American directives. Now, joining us to talk about this, Brenberg, chair of the Program in Business and Finance at the King's College in Manhattan. So let's talk about this. So part of this is aimed at preventing the foreign workers with the H-1B visas from coming in. And we have one senior administration official put it this way, quote, undercutting American labor at less cost. And that's what those tech companies are doing, right?
Yeah, well, it's a mixed story. You know, you're going to hear one side, you're going to hear the other, but there's really two sides of this story. On the one hand, it is true that workers coming in through this program will displace U.S. workers. No question about it. The majority of visa holders in this program have only bachelor's degrees. We know there are millions of Americans around the country with bachelor's degrees who would love jobs. So there is some displacement going on there. On the other hand, this is a job-creating program as well. Look, we have many companies in Silicon Valley and around the country who are created by immigrants. So there's two things going on. Some people are hurt, some people are helped, but it's a more mixed bag than the story we're getting here. The big picture, though, is we want to put Americans back to work, and this is a nod to trying to do that. Whether it will do that is an open question, but it's certainly at least a signal that the administration wants to get this done.
Yeah, and Donald Trump fulfilling one of his campaign promises, essentially. The order is also going to demand that American steel be used in public construction and infrastructure products. How big of a boost could that be to steel companies?
Some boost. It's not a game changer. I mean, it all depends on how much work the government's doing. If a lot of the activity in the economy is being led by government spending, then it'll have a big impact. If we see the infrastructure plan go through, it'll probably have a significant impact. But it's not going to be a game changer because the vast majority of economic activity is private economic activity. And right now, you don't have any policies in place that force American companies to buy American products, goods and services. They can still go abroad for their goods and services.
All right. Thank you, Professor Brenberg, chair of the Program in Business and Finance at the King's College right here in New York City, breaking it down for us. Thanks, Brian.